friendly undertaker. Let me take you for a spin.
Hello, my name's Grant, and each week we post videos about the funeral service industry and funeral related products. This week we're going to talk to you about Halloween, and specifically how the festival, or what we know as Halloween, started. It was a Celtic festival called Samhain, which marked the end of summer, the end of harvest, and the beginning of the darker period of winter. So they would hold this end of year, end of harvest celebration over the end of October and the 1st of November. And this was where they would celebrate the end of the harvest and the beginning of the darker months. And it was said that the border between the living and the dead was at its thinnest this time, so the spirits could come back. Some people used to play tricks on the spirits, so they used to dress up in funny costumes or even cross-dress to try and ward them away. Others would light lights and leave food out for their spirits and invite their ancestors and their spirits into their home for a dance. There'd often be big bonfires lit as well across the land in an effort to ward off any evil spirits. Interestingly enough, the word bonfire comes from bone fire, where the Celtics would used to light big piles of animal bones to ward off evil spirits over the festival. Since then, the Christians come in across to Ireland and the Celtic things, and they sort of did what they needed to do. And they said that this was a lovely festival. They enjoyed it, and but now we're going to worship our saints, all our saints and our Christian martyrs, and that's what we're going to do from now on. So this kind of Celtic Christian kind of festival then amalgamated, and what they did is they said we're going to move All Saints' Day, which was traditionally on the 13th of May, to the 1st of November. All Saints' Day was also known as All Hallows' Day, and then we had All Hallows Eve, which was the 31st of October, which then became Halloween. So that's how that runs. And what happened was people used to bake these things called soul cakes, which were like flatbreads with a cross on top. And children used to go and ask for some soul cakes to try and help usher in the nice spirits and their families and their loved ones. In America, however, this turned into a bit of an extortion. So you'd be like, ding dong, you need to give us something now, or we're really going to upset your house. We're going to trash it. So people used to give them all this stuff to stop the bad tracks happening. They used to play tricks on people. And then that turned in the 1930s to trick or treat. So it'd be bing bong, trick or treat, and then you would hand out sweets or stuff that you've made or baked. Interestingly enough, the Christians on All Saints' Day used to believe that the time for worshipping the All Saints and all the Christian martyrs, they would encourage parishioners to dress up as their favourite saints and come into church dressed as their favourite saints. So we've got two conflicting festivals, both include dressing up and cross-dressing, which is remarkable, but there you go. And they would also encourage people to leave out treats and light lights and ring bells. So you'll often hear on All Saints' Day bells ringing, lights written across churches, and everything all nice lit up. And it's a way of bringing light into the darkness. So that's what that's all about. Some Christians believed that you could have a dance with the dead. And this was a festival that happened on All Hallows Eve, and it enables them dressing up and consuming lots of alcohol, lighting lights, and bringing your ancestors into your house and dancing with them. And it was meant to signify how everyone was equal as well. So kings and peasants were all equal in life and in death, as long as they believed in the one true Lord. They would also believe that ancestors would rise from the graves and physically come into their house and dance with them. So they used to dress up as people from all walks of life. Peasants would dress up as kings, kings would dress up as peasants, men would dress up as women, women would dress up as men, or you would dress up as your long lost dead ancestor and have a party pretty much. Drink lots of alcohol and light lots of lights and bonfires, and this would happen on All Hallows Eve, which would then be obviously Halloween. So another interesting fact about Halloween, which is getting a bit off topic, is jack-o'-lanterns. We call them jack-o'-lanterns from another Celtic fable. There was a guy called Stingy Jack who did lots of unscrupulous things throughout his lifetime. So when he passed away, he wasn't allowed into heaven. He'd also tricked the devil over several courses of his lifetime, so he wasn't allowed into hell. So he had to wander the plane in between heaven and hell for eternity. And the only thing he had to light the way was a turnip carved out and filled with coal. Now, this tale went over to America, as it did with most things Celtic when they went over there. And they had a particular large pumpkin harvest. So the turnip that old Stingy Jack had to light the way was then turned into a pumpkin. The pumpkins were carved out, and they used to light these pumpkins, or jack-o'-lanterns, to scare off Stingy Jack and to stop him playing tricks on you. So that is where we get jack-o'-lanterns from. They are there to scare off a chap called Stingy Jack, who's going to come round and play tricks on you. Okay, so I know it's a bit off topic, it's not completely funeral related, but you may like it, you may not. Let us know, give us a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe if you enjoyed it. That's cool. If you didn't, we'll be back to our normal question and answering next week. See you later, stay safe.
I
Bye-bye
got
now.
a big long black wagon. It's got a big revolving door.